Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tate. He was looking for some running room, but not. To be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. And you know the line they kick around at Ohio State, Woody Hayes, forward pass, 2 of the 3 things that can happen are bad. Woody had dudes like this, he'd be spinning that magic bean all over this place.
You ain't lying.
Looking for a huge play. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
It's really hard when you get in those predictable situations. Defenses are sitting on the sticks. Receivers have to understand where that first down marker is. Heads up play, nose for the first down marker. Get in there and get it.
Gonna look downfield again. Trying to escape and get it himself.
This is a defense that's going to be aggressive, and they're not going to just sit back and rush 4 guys on that play. They are going to send the blitz. You're getting smaller, faster guys fighting fire with fire. You know this quarterback is athletic, but we've got fast guys too, and that time, that was a great play call defensively.
Under fire. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. Looking for more room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Notre Dame. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop, make a punt. How about this? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Tate. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. That's caught. It's Tate.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And this one's not working. He'll just put away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Looking to throw for it. He's moving out of the pocket. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. There he goes. Lots of running room. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
Extra point here will tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish it with a flair, a 77-yard touchdown pass. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
He's got an open man. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
And a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can...
It's a seam wide open. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Love. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. First play of the period will be a second down. Here's the handoff. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Notre Dame now facing 3rd and inches. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They just needed a few inches, and the defense knocked them down in the backfield. It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on fourth down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
To the air, it's Sayin. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, the defense is making it tough on this quarterback early. They already have an interception. They almost came away with another one there. They're doing a great job reading his eyes and breaking on the ball.
Makes the catch. It's Smith. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Rushes on him. A strike downfield. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Gets rid of it. Finds his big tight end. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect to keep the drive going.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Second and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you...
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And after the interception, able to get it plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His second interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to pass, it's Carr. Quickly complete. Excellent job walking through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Lost a throw. He's working against the clock. Quickly complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Trying to barrel in. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. Quarterback now breaking the field. The pass is incomplete and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And you get more and more hints on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. That's winning. He's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Carr. That's caught. It's Pauly.
Great job by the receiver catching that curl route. And did you see the way he came back to the football? That's a great lesson for a lot of young receivers out there. You create separation by coming back to the quarterback.
Wants to fire on second down. The sure hands, it's locked. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle box as he moved to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Looking for a man. It's Carr. He rifles one deep down the right side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to throw it. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Oh, he's got some space. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing, to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, Dave. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Coming out with it, it's Tate. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Here comes the heat. Caught behind the line. It's Peoples. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Here's a heat. Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And this guy showing off his hands again, understanding where the